Guys, I finally started One Piece, and you should too. I will admit that One Piece is one of the anime that I was very skeptical of starting, and there is one big reason why I was skeptical, and there's a ton of other people that are hesitant to start the series, whether you want to read the manga or watch the anime, and that is due to how long the series actually runs for. With over 1,100 episodes and easily over 10 seasons, One Piece is definitely the longest series that I have ever started to watch, not only in anime but also in any show in general. For you to start and successfully finish the entire series of One Piece, to say that it is going to require you to sacrifice your time is a huge understatement. You are going to have to put a lot of time into this series, but I'm here to tell you today that you need to start it now because all of that time you're going to invest into this series is absolutely 1000% worth it. So what really made me take the plunge and actually finally sit down and say, I'm going to commit to watching One Piece? What really made me get hooked on One Piece was the idea of going into it with an open mindset. If you go into something in your life with an open mindset, at the end of the day, you can't really lose. Even if you take a failure, you're going to take a lesson with that failure. And for me, starting One Piece is one of the best decisions I've ever made, and the best way to go about watching One Piece or reading the manga if you haven't started it yet and you're kind of skeptical like I was due to the amount of time you're going to have to invest into the series, go into it with an open mind and understand that One Piece is all about an adventure. The characters that you see on screen or in the series, on the pages that you read, are going on this huge adventure, and an incredible one at that. And the moments that you're going to witness in this series, you will never forget, because the series is just a masterpiece, and the amount of chaos, beauty, funny moments, even sad ones, is just absolutely insane, and I really can't put it into words. I'm struggling to put it into words right now how incredible this series is, and I'm so glad that I actually took the plunge and started it. It's all about adventure, guys, and if you go into One Piece with the mindset of, I just want to watch it and see how fast I can get through it, you're not really going to take the most that you can out of the series. In the beginning of the series, we are introduced to the main character of the story, Monkey D. Luffy. And it is his dream to eventually become King of the Pirates, which is easily the most prestige title that a pirate could ever get. His goal is to ultimately find the greatest treasure to ever exist, and it's known as the One Piece, hence why the show is called One Piece. And he is going to form a crew that is going to consist of the Straw Hat Pirates, and they are going to go on an amazing adventure that spans over these thousands of episodes. And one of the things that I love the most about anime such as One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, for example, are the amount of characters there are and the depth that many of the characters have. Just about every single character you're going to meet on your One Piece adventure is going to have extremely well thought out depth added to that character, which is one of the reasons why the show is so long. Good guys, bad guys, Marines, pirates, people that join Luffy's crew and have their own dreams and ambitions going along with him and reasons to join his crew. And the lessons that you learn from these characters are exponential and phenomenal, truthfully. I'm currently on like episode 325, and there has already been so many backstories to a lot of the characters I've witnessed, and they all have incredible themes to them, incredible lessons, life lessons that you can take with you. One of the main lessons that I actually want to talk about right now is going to come from my current favorite character, Luffy. And in the beginning of the story, we immediately learn what Luffy's dream is. I call him Luffy. Sorry, I slip up. I called him Luffy. We learn what Luffy's dream is, and his dream is to become King of the Pirates, of course. And at the beginning of the series, there is a character who also has a dream. His name is Kobe, and his dream is to become a great Marine one day, and become a Marine officer at that. However, he's very scrawny, he's very small, and he's very timid and afraid, and he's considered by many as very weak. So he doesn't really believe in himself, and he doesn't think that he has the ability to become a great Marine one day. When our main character Luffy meets Kobe, Kobe asks him why he's doing what he's doing on this adventure, and Luffy tells him that he wants to be king of the pirates. He tells him his biggest dream and ambition is to become king of the pirates and find the One Piece. And then Kobe says something interesting, and he asks Luffy, why would you risk your life for that? It's dangerous. You could run into all these obstacles, these potential hazards that you could face that could end up killing you or hurting those around you. And Luffy just looks at him and he says, if I die, then I die. As long as I go down fighting for fulfilling my dream. And that was very profound for me when he said that, because a lot of us are afraid to go after what our goals really are, for fear of failing and fear of being rejected by others and fear of not being good enough. But at the end of the day, if you can go after your dreams just like Luffy does, with this open mind and this courage and this confidence, and if you go down and you fail fighting for your dream, at least you went down living, right? At least you went down going after something that you wanted to go after. I talked a little bit earlier about why Luffy was my favorite character. He's incredibly ambitious, incredibly driven, and incredibly courageous and working towards his goal. Many people that watch One Piece and know the franchise, they live on one side of a spectrum. So you either love Luffy or you absolutely hate him. You love him for the reasons that I do. I think he's hilarious. I think he's obviously very driven, very confident, and he goes after what he wants, no hesitation. He's not the brightest bulb, but he fights for what he wants, and he always does his best to help his friends and help his crew out. You could hate Luffy, and I can easily see why you would dislike Luffy, because like I said, he's not super intelligent or anything like that. He makes a lot of questionable and dumb decisions in the show. He's also extremely silly, and he has just a couple different moods and activities that he's doing. He's either sleeping, he's either extremely hungry and he's eating something, or he's fighting someone. And when he's fighting someone, shit gets real. It gets real serious. And I want to say that the fighting in this anime, there are many fights in this anime, and I haven't gotten even half through the show yet, so I can't really give too much detail about the fights and confrontations that happen between the characters. They're not going to be as well choreographed, at least in the beginning, as something like Naruto would be. However, they are still very entertaining, and as the show progresses, it just gets better and better, guys, through each arc. I'm currently heading into Thriller Bark, and I can't wait for that. Many people say that the beginning is kind of slow, but once you get to Water 7, which is a saga, then it picks up, and it just gets insane. Me personally, I've enjoyed the entire series up to this point, and that's no lie. Like, there maybe are a couple episodes that were a little slow, and there's not that many fillers either. Like, you would think a series with this amount of episodes has a ton of filler and is just like kind of wasting your time, but in all reality, it truly is very entertaining, and there's not a lot of filler at all. And if there is filler, it's usually only 3 or 4, maybe 5 episodes, maybe more, but not too many more. I think the longest filler that I've seen so far was maybe 10 episodes. And usually filler takes place after each long arc, so it kind of gives you a little break before you head into the next one. Like I said, I am not even halfway done with the series, and I've got a long way to go, as I've started the series a couple months ago, and I'm not even close to being done, guys. So that being said, I am definitely going to cover more topics on One Piece, about the characters and the development and the lessons that you can learn from the characters. There are so many gems and hidden themes in this show, and they add a lot of value and teach you a lot about life, and that's something that I truly love about storytelling, and that's why I'm making this video. This is definitely not going to be my last One Piece video at all, I can promise you that, and I'm so excited to continue progressing with this series, and I truly believe that you got to start One Piece as soon as possible. If you got some spare time, even if you don't, like, you got to try to cram this series in, because it is just a masterpiece and an adventure, and it is going to take you for a ride. And It's amazing, truly amazing.